Welcome to ToC week week 6. Yes. We have Division C, GNX versus WKL. This should be a pretty good match. They're about even on the leaderboards. Uh I'm Level and I'm here with Dune. Say hi, Dune.
I do.
It is his first cast. Um we have the 1v1 here coming up on Canyon Network. Both teams will be spawning in Bravo. This is a Marauder 2C8 with four ERPPCs, one in the CT, one in one side torso, two in the other. Um, Dune, I know you've practiced around in this mech. What do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Oh, it's a very competitive mech. Torso mounted weapons, decent hitboxes at long range. You just wiggle and you can spread damage really easily. And yeah, the weapons are all high and pretty close together, so you don't need to move too much to get firing.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a good mech.
I agree. We'll be getting the 1v1 on here shortly. Both players are ready. Um, all the settings are good, and I think we are good to launch. Uh, launch it when you're ready, Dune.
Okay. So three, two, one, launching. If I hit the button. Um, you got a 2 minute delay on this, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I can't see the fucking stream right now. Brilliant.
Yeah, TOC is on a 2 minute delay. Some streamers stream it on a 4 minute delay, 2 minutes default, and then they add two extra minutes. But that is what the team leaders agreed on, is that a 2 minute delay was more than enough for how short these matches usually are.
Okay,
Uh,
perfect.
all right. Both teams are coming to live right now. Um, let's take a look at Windscape. How does his decals look? F, rainbows, F, more rainbows.
Meanwhile,
Windscape
Zenitsu
is
here,
loud and proud, and he wants us to get used to it. What does the other one look like?
Zenitsu just going all black, like he's taking no shit and he's giving no shit either.
Ah, black and gray accents. Very hip of him. Uh, Windscape's taking the high ground right by his spawn. They're both heading in the same direction towards the southern end of the map. Uh, Zinsu is still in the low ground, isn't he?
Yep, he's still going low there, the low ground. He hasn't gone to a ramp yet, but I think he's just a way to go up and. Ooh, I wish I had a map. Don't know quick coordinates.
I wonder if he got lost. Because there's a ramp for him. It looks like he is
Uh,
going up now. They might be running into each other with Windscape right out in the open and Zensu with actual cover to peek from. But Windscape is heading towards cover, which is
oh,
pretty smart.
Zenitsu. Oh wait, no, does he? He was looking in Windscape's direction, and now he's looking off. I think
They,
he's expecting over there.
oh, can Windscape see him? Can Windscape see? I think Windscape's going to see him. Oh no, he didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
Zenitsu's gave up. He's looking north side. I don't think
this
he
is
expects.
hilarious. Both mechs just missed each other by seconds. Now they're just looking for each other just to even start the fight. Zinsu's being a little more cautious. He's holding his ground. He's
Oh
peeking in.
no!
Oh, are they going to see each
Oh
other?
no!
Windscape's
Windscape's
in the
pushing back.
open. Oh, and he nails him. Zinsu backs up in the cover. Trades are about even, 89%, 89%. Zinsu drops an airstrike on Windscape. Clips him down to 85.
If that was a legitimate airstrike, he would have just been right in that blast.
Windscape's left visual side torso is almost cored out. Zinsu
Zenitsu.
just nailed him. Zinsu's actually still relatively healthy. He's been hit pretty much everywhere. He drops another strike on Windscape. That's both his strikes. Windscape is cored out in the left visual side torso. Took a hit to both arms. Oh, his side torso is now cherry red. Oh, there it goes. He has been halved. He's down to just 2 of his guns. This this is wildly in Zinsu's favor. Zinsu still has all his guns. He has a side torso that is injured, but it's the one with only 1 weapon in it. So even if Windscape takes it down, he'll still have 3 ER peeps. And there he is, down to 3. Windscape's other side torso is about to go. These mechs do have standard engines, so if you lose that peep in that side torso, he'll be down just to his CT. Can he get him? He nails him. Oh, Zinsu's now looking a little more worse for wear than I originally thought. Oh, he's cored CT. Can Windscape finish him? He only needs a couple more shots into that CT. Windscape's cored out too. Zinsu has more HP, but his CT is much more heavily damaged. Zinsu is one touch CT. One more ERP. There he does it. GG's Windscape. Super close. Look how damaged he is. Almost nothing left of his CT or his side torso. Good match from both of them. Let's take a look at the damage. Zinsu doing much more damage with 550, but Windscape getting all that into the CT. That's exactly what he needed to do, and he pulled that one off. WKL gets map choice. Well, you figured that out, dude. I'm gonna deal with my stuff in the background.
Okay. By the way, they're saying my mic's pretty quiet. Mine's on full, so if you can budge up my mic, if possible.
Yeah, I just maxed you out.
Oh, I hope I'm not too loud for everyone over there.
You were near max a second ago. All right. WKL once team won. Do you want to let team? You want to swap their teams and then let WKL know that they have a 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then the first map is mining.
Are they expected to invite their own teammates?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, switch the map to mining and then to conquest. And then day only.
Mining Conquest Day.
Yeah. Look at the post match. 36% is all Windscape had left. Like I said, he had very little of his mech left. He did a lot less damage, but he was able to focus it better.
That was
even
so fucking close.
Yeah, I didn't see Windscape. I don't know if he used any strikes, but if he did, he maybe used one. But Zinsu striked Windscape twice. Both times Windscape got hit. He could have been hit even harder, but at least it wasn't a devastating blow. They were more like glancing. With that said, what are your thoughts on how that 1v1 went?
It started with Zenitsu in a much better position because Windscape had to go back for quite a while before he got into shit. Oh, I'm not allowed. Quite a while before he got into decent cover again. So Zenitsu had quite a few opportunities to get good shots, but Windscape remained calm, it seemed. He got into cover, and yeah, he played it really well. No arty strikes. Maybe he had better cooling or dissipation. I have no idea. So that's something I'm still trying to figure out personally. But I've got don't have much commentary on it. Like, I think I would have lost if I was in his position. Then again, I would have also yeeted around the map not knowing where I was going, so yeah. First personally, yeah, it's all good. You went quiet, I'm scared.
No, I was just listening to what you had to say, and I think WKL is on 2 minutes now. You want to let them know that? It looks like that you're going to be stacking Charlie with 1 in alpha. I'm going to switch over to the map strat now, so we can all take a look at that.
I'm trying to balance up my screen so I can see the Twitch chat in case anything's wrong.
Team 1 and Team 2 are both spawning Charlie with most of their mechs with 1 in alpha. That is to be expected. That's probably really the only thing you can really do for this. Earlier today, we watched UKS versus RJFE. RJFE took Theta and held it, and UKS took the high ground here in Echo 4. There was a trade war going on for a while. RJF holding Theta uh, as hard as they could. Eventually, a double push happened. These guys, RJF went this way, and then UKS went this way, and then uh, it just devolved into a NASCAR at that point. But question is, will one team take? Will do the same thing. Will one team think that Echo 4 high ground is exactly where they want to be, and take it and hold it over Theta? Um, to be honest, I expected more fights just to be right here at the ramp, just a hard brawl, but teams seem to be actively trying to avoid that at all costs. Team 1 is locked. Um,
Yep.
Give Team 2 a counter.
I've been trying to start my watch for that. But fuck it. Alright. Is that working now? Alright, that's working.
All right. Let's head back to the lobby because the second team's almost ready.
So, team 1. Right, so they are now locked.
Yep, they are locked. We are good to launch.
So 3, 2, 1, launch. So apparently Windscape will be getting a voucher for chicken nuggets if you were. If you want.
Nice.
Tendies for life. Uh,
That's probably like the only thing he ever wants in life.
I mean, to be fair, the Marauder ToC is kind of like a chicken that's like got its head all the way forwards, just kind of walking carefully in case the butcher are around. So it makes sense. Know what you want to say?
All right.
Oh, my camera's a bit broken. This is weird.
Rip.
I'm in the spectator cam, but I've also. What happens if I take command of the lens? Nothing. This is weird.
I'm just waiting for both teams to. There we go. Now I can see the everything. For WKL, we have someone in a Panther, Ultimate Ghost in a Wolfhound 2, Proto in a K9, Windscape in a Vulcan, and Isa in a Commando 1D. That looks like heavy that looks like fast MPL brawl. What do we have over at GNX?
GNX, we've got a Gen2C, Huntsman, Firestarter, Urban Mech, and a Panther. So potentially 3 to 4 mechs with jump jets. Interesting Firestarter go for Wolfhound. What's the Firestarter got?
Proto has GG Easy written on his K9.
Oh shit.
What a Chad. It looks like GNX is going for the high ground. Windscape, it looks like he is heading up there too. Does he know that they're up there? Because there is 2 up there. Coyote in his 9R is jumping on Windscape. Windscape is now being chased by 3 mechs. WKL's mechs in the low ground are struggling to shoot up at him. Samurai in the Gen or 2C is starting to eat up a lot of damage. I bet one of his legs are pretty damaged by now. Yeah, he has pretty weak legs. Windscape also starting to look pretty damaged. But his leg is smoking. His leg is now wide open, and there it goes. Leg pops. They're about to finish Windscape off. He's about to go down. Proto's still getting shots up into the top. Coyote over on the side fighting with Soma. Aza just in his commander just cannot get aimed up well enough. Windscape is hugging the wall trying to do his best to hide that leg. Zinsu and the Huntsman just took a nice shot at Ultimate Ghost. The Gen or 2C still being a little rascal just tries to take a shot into Windscape, only a partial hit. This K9 on GNX side is starting to look really damaged. And Windscape finally goes down. WKL's rest of their mechs are actually looking quite healthy, and GNX's are actually looking pretty bad. If WKL could start dropping mechs here shortly.
Oh,
This will be
oh,
their
that's right.
game.
A strike just took 30% out of 2 mechs. Well,
Oh,
total
that
of
is
7.
a devastating strike. Asa just took the cap. Uh, I'm not sure if they're using that to try to bait them down, um, but we will see. All the all the rest of their mechs are just holding this little firing line in the low ground. I don't think that's good positioning, but I think they're just trying to avoid being shot down on without being able to shoot up. Commander taking more hits. He has to be getting pretty damaged. Yeah, I see a leg smoking. Carol Baskin, the fire starter, taking shots at the Wolfhound 2. Wolfhound 2 is still green, but yeah, he has one cord leg and the other leg's almost open. He's about to go down. Oh, and they take Carol down. Carol goes down first. This K9 is about to drop. They just have to. Yeah, there he goes. Jinner 2C is getting wrecked, but he's trying to get shots out, try to get points. But this is absolutely WKL's game. They're just going to sweep out these last two mechs up. There's Coyote, just getting shredded. They are now farming him. GG's both teams. That was actually a pretty good fight. WKL might have lost some mech early, but they were winning that fight almost from the beginning to the end. They just out traded GNX every time GNX poked. GNX probably could have did better if they poked more at the same time, but as you could see, that it was just one after another. They poked one at a time, two at a time. What do you think, dude?
I'm having a quick look at the stream because it's 2 minutes delayed, and the strikes on WKL were hitting pretty wide, but WKL strikes just annihilated. That was brutal. They were way too balled up in that region, and they just ate shit for it.
Yeah,
Right, give me the match.
strikes can be uber painful, especially on these lighter drops. Um, I mean, you're talking about actual like fractions of your mech gone in an instant. Um, I'm gonna swap it over to the score screen real quick. So as we can see here, WKL, all the look at the amount of damage they did. Windscape, of course, got himself yeeted pretty early, but I mean, you're looking at 686 damage from the K9, 522 from the Wolfhound. On GNX side, the Jinner 2C doing a lot of work with that Jinner 2C, uh, but that Panther, it didn't seem like it was in the fight very much because it did not get them to shoot very much until the very end when he was the last one left. Uh, Overall, not bad showing from both teams. Um, Here in a moment, I'm going to switch it over to the map strat.
Uh,
Uh,
um,
Next map is, I can't remember off the top of my head. I believe it's River City. Next map's River City, and then Bog, something like that. Um, yeah, let's switch over to the map strat. So basically, what we saw was um, GNX. They kind of went this way. Actually, I think they went more this way, but they went up to the high ground. That's the important part. They took this high ground, and they had a pretty powerful position, but they just didn't poke together and fire together. So WKL was so when one of them could get shots down to these guys to WKL down here, these four could get shots up at them, and that kind of put a wrench in things for them. WKL basically just did the whole uh, charge this way, charge this way. Though I think Alpha went up here first because then there was that fight up here for a moment before he jumped down, and then the fight, was in Echo 4 corner and then up in here. WKL just held the ground, out traded GNX, and then eventually took the cap and then won this one. Um, what do you think, dude? Basically all that happened. Oh, I see
uh,
Team 1 did lock, so now Team 2's on the timer.
Yep. Yeah, it seems that Team Two, GNX, they were really close together. So when the strikes came down, it didn't matter if they were spread out or not. They just ate a lot of damage. We seen in the end of it, it was what Proto got 600 damage in an urban mech. Samaru got 500 damage in his mech. So in the time span and the exposure they were letting out, I don't think they've gotten that high of damage numbers without some really juicy strikes.
Yeah,
Which
you did call it that one that hit really hard. So yeah, I bet it was strikes. So um, I didn't upscape the score screen. How dare I? Let me fix that for everybody.
you. Luckily, there's no one's got any issues with the stream so far. I hope, or no one's being vocal about it. So I'm gonna switch. Wait. Just the right one.
All right, this should be an updated score screen.
Okay. So they said it was meant to be River City second. Just go double check that it's definitely all correct. Yeah, because why do you have things on here? Three.
Yeah, so
Right.
WKL's at 12 points, and GNX is at 3.
So they are locked. Are we good to go?
Both teams are locked, and we are ready to launch. Let's do this.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, launch.
How's everyone
By the
doing
way,
out there today? Oh, what, Dune?
I was gonna ask, your microphone sometimes makes like pinging sounds. What's happening there?
Pinging sounds?
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, my 2-year-old is playing in the other room, and he has those little plastic toy hammers. He likes to smack on the door sometimes to say hi to me. But like, other than that, I'm not sure about a ping. It could also be when I mute my mic to cough. That could also be it too. Both teams are still in their drop ships, way out in the middle of nowhere. I like how they just float out there. Very professional. So River is going to be a fight over Theta, and I'm not 100% certain what's going to happen here. We've seen people do stuff on the Citadel and take and hold Theta in Overwatch. But both teams are now dropping on the ground. I'm checking out GNX. We have a Vapor Eagle 4, Griffin 1E, Warhammer 6D, a Dervish 6MR, and an Uzil 6P. That looks like all the MPLs that they could possibly fit. What do you have over there on WKL side?
We've got a Vulcan 5T, a Crab 27R, a Phoenix 2 champion, an Archer 2R, and a Dervish 6MR. I think they're going the same idea, medium laser spec. But yep, we've got large pulse and 5 med pulse with a rock launch 10.
I had to double check. I thought that 6R for a second had a Gauss nipples, but apparently doesn't. GNX already has a bit of a concave thing going on. They have the Uzil and Dervish heading left. The Warhammer is taking an Overwatch position. The Vapor Eagle 4 is over on the right. Vapor Eagle 4, it turns out, is not MPLs. It is... oh, that's just classic laser vomit. With 2 ER large lasers instead of heavy larges. He's getting some shots on the guys WKL who look like they took a garden. Daidachi and his crab is going for the cap. He might actually just get this because they have no one overwatching it. Coyote and his Dervish is heading right. Carol Baskin, the Griffins, kind of just stand there. Warhammer 6D just got striked, but I think he dodged it. Proto and his Phoenix Hawk 2, looks like he's taking a little bit of damage, but Ultimate Ghost and his Vulcan is taking quite a bit of damage already. For it looks like yeah, he definitely took a strike hit.
Yeah, the total amount removed from Noct is 4% health across the board. Meanwhile, White Knight Army are really eating shit.
Yeah, GNX
They're no.
is yeah, GNX is definitely holding them at bay. WKL is losing these trades. I hope they realize it soon, or they're going to be too low on HP to do anything else. But it looks like the UZL and Dervish is getting a little aggressive on the left. Uh, they are now trading at a bit of closer range against the Crab and the Phoenix Hawk. Um, looks like the Griffin has joined the party. Uh, Vapor Eagle is going off to Zimbabwe. He must be going around, yep, to get angles from the side. The Warhammer 6D is still poking from basically the same spot as he has been. Daidachi is holding right there at the cap. Two of his friends have joined. Daidachi in the Crab is getting just wrecked. He's 71% HP, but he's cherry red. Oh, that's
They've
because his
got
side torso is one touch. Is he an XL? No, but now he's Court CT. He's still charging in, and there he goes down. Uh, the Vulcan Ultimate Ghost is looks like he's getting shots on that Uziel. The Uziel and the Dervish are falling back. The Phoenix Hawk and WKL's Dervish is pushing forward with the Archer. Uziel looks like he's going in for shots, but he shouldn't be doing that alone, especially as damaged as he is. Coyote is backing up. They need to swap positions. The Uziel definitely needs to get behind him. And there goes Sumaru and the Archer. It's now 3v5. WKL is just... They couldn't make it on the trade, so they tried to push, but the push just didn't work. Coyote is 1v3ing them right now, but the Uziel is coming in for the side, but I think he's going to get taken down by these two. Right now, WKL just needs to hope that they can nab at least one more kill, get one more point. It's definitely, they don't have enough points to try to do a cap and run strat, even though it looks like Ultimate Ghost is fleeing. Maybe they think they can. The Uziel goes down. And so does the Dervish.
By the way, McGoat's saying there's no in-game sound.
There's no in-game sound. Well, I'll check that right after this match. Ultimate Ghost is off hiding. Maybe he thinks that they have enough cap points, but they do not. Once they turn this in 5 minutes, you can get 130, 140 points. So he has no chance to get that cap back. I guess he's just trying to save them from getting an extra point. Well, while that happens, I'm going to check my settings real quick. Settings are fine, but I have noticed the same thing. I'm not really hearing much noises unless I'm like super close to him. It shows Ultimate Ghost death, but in my game, in my screen, it still shows him alive.
Yeah, mine's a bit fucky as well. Currently, Samaru is showing at 66% health, but I can see he's very dead.
Well, GG's for GNX. That was a pretty good win. Across the board, I mean, they're super healthy. I mean, this was utterly one-sided. Maybe WKL should have went for the push right away. I think they traded too long from Rock Garden. I think that's what killed them here. But I'm just a caster, not a pro. But yeah, that's pretty much game. They got a fourth cap, so this should be ending in just a couple seconds. Do you see any good strikes that I missed, Dune?
Not really, but my entire thing's been a bit fucked up. I can't actually see the overlay of mech.
You guys probably heard my son in the background. Apologies about that. He did not want to go in his high chair and eat lunch. So he came running to daddy to save him from mommy. but of course he has to eat his broccoli. Looking at the damage now, GNX just solid damage numbers across the board. Uh, WKL, it looks like the Dervish did the most damage at 310, but the Archer it got destroyed before it could get in there and get that damage done. Um, that could have seriously helped them. GG's both teams. That was a good fight, good attempt.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna wait for Team 2 to not have invites sent out, so GNX's team aren't revealed.
I'm looking to see if there's any team damages. 5 team damage from a couple guys. Disappointing. But yeah, not much to be said that I've already said. You see how WKL has 1 team damage on 4 mechs. That's mechs running into each other, which is great. Always fun to run into each other. Next map is Viridian. Give me 1 second, dude.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to go help the girlfriend put the baby in his high chair. Did you switch teams?
Oh yeah, sorry. Right, 5-minute timer started for Team 1. Forgot to do that.
Bad dude.
Sorry.
It's all good. Here in a moment, we're going to switch to the map strat for basically what happened for the last one, and then go over what's going to happen in the next one, or what possibly might happen. So on River, basically, Team 1 had Overwatch mechs that spawned there, went about right there. Then of course they had their Brawly mechs. Well, they had them come down this way, and then they had like 1 in Bravo. For Team 2, WKL stacked Bravo, went here to Rock Garden, and then they tried to trade from Rock Garden across. So from here to here, that did not work out for them. They eventually came around about right here. They took the cap, and then they pushed, but the push, they didn't have enough HP by that time for the push, and GNX just kited them all the way back to back towards here, towards Gamma, and that's basically how that one ran. So let's clear that. And then Bog. This one will be fun. Basically, dude, you want to go over this map?
No, I don't know it that well. You know it better than
all right. Just let me know when both teams are ready. So Team 1 will be spawning over here. Let's give this an arrow. They'll be spawning over here. They'll most likely try to send something up here. Probably spawn a linebacker, something fast and Charlie to take the Theta. And then they might try something setting up Overwatch, like I think it was UKS. They had a Overwatch here and here, which was a very powerful Overwatch for anything that was here in Echo 6, but they were pushed by RJF earlier up this way and around. And I think it left their 2 long range traders a little ineffective until they couldn't get into the actual fight until the enemy was halfway onto them. But with that said, Team 2 can go a lot of places. They can send a fast guy here to Theta. They can send and the rest of their team there too, and then the next fastest guy here in Charlie can, and then they could take like basically this area, hide behind these rocks, get Pop Tart mechs up here, and then just hold Theta from them. It's basically
So
all there is to that.
that is Team 2 locked.
All right, Team 2 is finally locked. All right. I think we can launch now then. Let's do it.
Okay. Launching match. Yes. So,
All right. Before I make a whoopsie, let's get the right overlay on. Oh, don't laugh at me. I know. I made the mistake earlier. I wonder what the teams brought. What do we got here? For WKL, we got a Night Gear H, Hellfire B, Bloodass Prime, Rifleman 2C2, Summoner Prime. Summoner is UX. Rifleman obviously going to be AC2s. Bloodass is 3 UAC 5s, 1 UAC 10. Night Gear is GG Easy. Wait. Is this Clag? It's ATM 48. The cancer is real, guys. How dare you, Ultimate Good. Whoosh. Awesome. Alright, well,
on Ghost of Nox, we have a Catfrack 3D, a Grasshopper, an Annihilator 2A, a Night Gear, and a Ryan 2C. My assumption would be like going Brawler. I can't actually see the mechs. So yeah, the Grasshopper 5-year large, the Night Gear is a UAC build, the Summoner... Wait, what?
Cataphracts 2 Ultra 10s, and 4 medium lasers. Windscape in Hellfire B, he got a sliver cap on Theta, and then he started getting hit, and he had to back off. Spheroid in Orion 2CA is right on the other side of that wall. If Windscape goes for it again, he might just be planning to poke out and shooting him. The Grasshopper 5P is already down to 73% HP. He is seriously hurt for this early in a match. 5-year large laser Grasshopper. Side torsos are hurt. Back is still fresh though. Oh, relatively fresh. Soma in his blood ass is pushed up. The Night Gear Ultimate Ghost is getting hammered with his ATM 48. He's just kind of out in the open and well outside of optimal range. Not sure why he's holding back so hard. He's a Pop-Tart too. The Cataphract got a couple good shots in on the side. But I'm seriously worried about that Grasshopper. I think he might be poking out too aggressively to be that hurt. Ryan 2C just standing out in the open. ATMs go whoosh. ATMs completely missed that target in Zimbabwe. I see an airstrike on Ultimate Ghost. He is seriously injured. He's already cored in his side torso. He can be halved at any moment. Blazer in his Summoner Prime. He's eaten probably more shots than he should. His left side torso is already popped open. Cataphract and Night Gear on GNX side is pushing in. Well, maybe not pushing in, but at least pushing up. The Cataphract is starting to eat some damage. Got himself in a crossfire. Ultimate Ghost is seriously injured. The Bloodass is still relatively fresh. So is the Hellfire.
Laser Summoners just... Oh god, yeah, the percentages are actually even.
Aza and the Rifleman 2C, he now has a strike on him. It looks like he did see it because he did get out of its way. It looks like he was trading with this Annihilator over here. I did not realize this Annihilator got so injured so far. Windscape on Spheroid. He just dove on him and then backed away, but he ate so much damage. But Spheroid is really messed up himself. His left visual side torso is almost one touch. WKL now has all their guys down here in the low ground on Theta. and I think I can't tell, but it looks like they're going to try to sweep up on Spheroid. But they have three almost dead mechs to GNX's two. Windscape goes down. Hellfire. He ate too many shots when he poked around that corner. That did him in. Blazer goes down. Ultimate Ghost just goes down. WKL is stuck in a crossfire, and they are just falling apart one by one. Azan, his rifleman, tries to stand his ground, and he can't. And that'll be it for GNX. All 5-0. But GNX, I mean, look how damaged their mechs are. Only the night gear is fresh, but everything else is basically on the verge of death.
Yeah, Annihilator's open core, one side torso gone. Why is this broken? The Cataphract side torso's open, but if that's on XL mech, that's still got a bit of armor left. The name now, the Orion ToC, it's been halved, but the Mr. Torso is massive on it, so usually they can get half pretty quickly. But it still has a lot of armor, relatively, so it could still be fighting for a while. So they're low in health, but a few of the mechs could still fight for quite a while if they needed to.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing after I started clicking on them and looking at them. Their their names show that they're a lot more, making them look a lot more injured than they really are. I mean, it's Cataphract. Um, I mean, look at that. He still has a lot of armor on all his mech except for that one side torso. Um, I mean, I think both his ballistics are in that on that side. So, uh, and if he lost it, he would be down most of his weapons. But yeah, GNX just won that solidly. The ATM, is an ATM Nova Night Gear. Yes. It, I don't, I don't think it did much in this game. I mean, it stood back here and tried to lurm from like
Oh,
1,100 meters with ATMs, and that just did not work. He should have got. I think they should have moved that mech closer and been more aggressive with it. Um, because if they could have got into even 2 damage range on the Annihilator ATM 48 at 2 damage, I mean, you're looking at 96 damage. That's nothing to like brush off. GG's both teams. Annihilator 2A 734 damage. Carol Baskin the Night Gear is 605. Um, Bloodass Samaru did really good at 597, and yeah, just what I feared. The ATM Night Gear only 134 damage. Just you try to fight it at range, and it's not a range mech. All right, I am gonna get this data plugged in real quick.
What is map 4, by the way?
Map 4 is Frozen.
Frozen. Understood.
All right. I think I got all my data in. Now, let's look at the scoreboard. All right. So, WKL won the 1v1 with a really nice showing uh, from Windscape. But, uh, wait a second. I put these. Something's wrong with my scoreboard. Oh, okay. Hold on. Ha. They're opposite. GNX is at 32. WKL is at 6. Um, uh, I'll fix that in the background. But if you look at the post-match statistics, guys, that was pretty handedly GNX's game. They fought well. They fought very coordinatedly. Um, Pretty solid team. Um, uh, if we look at the map strat real quick, while Dune's handling the lobby, uh, basically what I showed is kind of what happened. Well, except for this line up here, this didn't happen. WKL, they were originally spread out. Uh, they were originally spread out in this area, but eventually they pushed in with all their mechs. They had the ATM back here, trying to trade with stuff up here in Echo 7. But eventually, at one point, they decided they had to push, or they took the risk on the push. Maybe catch Spheroid and another mech off guard. But as they pushed in, the Hellfire got a little overexposed, got nailed hard by not just the Orion that was hiding behind Theta, but he also got hit by Annihilator that was over here. He backed off with not much of his mech left. I mean, they eventually finished off that Orion and stuff, but WKL got pinchered right here. GNX had mechs over here, but most of their mechs was in a firing line about right here. And WKL just got picked off one by one until there was nothing left. I mean, the fight looked really good there at first, but then things just fell apart. I mean, sometimes happens even to the best of teams. But now we're going to look at the next map, which is Frozen City. Not a big fan of this map. Basically, you are going to see... you probably see blue team stack here, or go somewhere in the 7 line for trading, to get angles. For team 2, they might put some mechs here, get some mechs over here. What we saw earlier today, UKS, they had three long range mechs that went up here to get angles over here to D5, and then they had another long range mech over here, and then their light mech. Their light mech was a flea, took Theta, pulled off of it. They lost Theta real quickly after that, but eventually this light mech and their Marauder 2C long range trade mech ran into the enemy Wolfhound by accident over here, and then they just finished him off, and then moved on to this Blood Ass, and then eventually went up. But this map is definitely for long range traders. I mean, you can potentially try to do a push strat, hugging the walls or something, going down the 7 line, or even Echo 4, and that goes for both ways. But it's very risky, and it's very low chance of success. It looks like Team 1 is locked, and Team 2 is still on the thing. They should be locking shortly. Yeah, they should be locking shortly.
By the way, they're saying the scores may be out.
Yeah, they're backwards, I believe.
Yeah, but they believe that you've put something in wrong. Example, Go, I think those scores are way off. Smiling robot face.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It had WKL winning drops instead of a GNX. GNX has won the last 3 drops, right?
They won 2 drops. They lost the first drop.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. That's why that's where the issue comes from. All right, this is about to be fixed, guys. Apologies.
All right. Team 2 is now locked.
Awesome.
Are we ready to go?
Just about.
Okay.
All right. I think I have the information fixed. Apologies for that. Thanks for whoever pointed that out. Yeah, let's launch it.
Launching.
Yeah. Okay, it's looking more correct. 23 to 19.
Yeah. Are you fighting against WKL here?
No, I'm not holding a grudge at all. No, what are you talking about? No, I just made a whoopsie. But it's fixed now.
When they say don't unready when you're locked, so you unready. Don't be like that.
Yeah, don't be like Level. Everyone knows that. Get it on a keychain. Don't be like Level. Like, seriously. Dropships just all hovering in the sky. Just waiting for them to do something.
Now, which one has the higher ground?
You mean which team?
No, which dropship? Like the highest dropship wins, obviously.
Oh, that would be Team 1's, looks like the Alpha dropship for Team 1. Yeah, that's the one that's let's take a look at these teams. I'm looking at GNX here. They brought a Mad Cat 2B, Annihilator 1P, Wolfhound 2, Supernova C, and a Marauder 4A. What do we have on WKL side?
We have an Annihilator 1P, a Warhawk Prime, a Flea 20, Battlemaster 1G, and a Marauder 2C. I'll say it's interesting. Ghost of Nox have a Mad Cat 2B with the U active.
Yeah, maybe it's for mid-range defense. I'm not 100% certain, but the Supernova, everything else is PPCs except for the Annihilator. So this will be interesting. It looks like they're planning on fighting at long range, but I think they're getting this Mad Cat 2B in to be a close range harasser.
Just go double check. You put off the overlay.
Yes.
Good. Sorry.
How dare you, sir? I'm a professional streamer. Proto's hiding behind here with his flea. He's going to make sure Spheroid cannot take the cap. They haven't really shot at each other, but I think they both know that each other are there. This Soma and his Warhawk is trading from the down dropship, getting a few good shots out. Aza and his Annihilator 1P is kind of in a tricky area. That Mad Cat 2B pushes him. He could push that Annihilator 1P and end him before anyone can come to his rescue. The Battlemaster seems to have a pretty decent spot. His be an airstrike though. Is he going to get hit? Yeah, he took a hit. I thought he was about to get out of that unscathed. We'll call him lucky. Blazer in his Marauder 2C is going over to the 6th line. Proto's still just hovering with his flea. Looks like he's waiting for an opening. It looks like he might be taking it.
The Annihilator just ate 6% from an airstrike. Oof.
Ouch.
Poor Isaac.
Proto is making a move. Yeah, he's making a move for the cap. He now can get it. I don't think anything can shoot at him from that angle. Nothing's poking out yet. Will he get it before they shoot at him? Will he get it? He gets it. He gets it. Proto flips the cap. The Marauder 2, the Mad Cat 2B and the Wolfhound 2, they have this Annihilator 1P cornered. The Annihilator is backing off as fast as he can. Mad Cat looks like he's now finally going to push him. Maybe should have pushed him a little sooner before he got out in the open where his team can cover him. Someone's coming to help Aza and try to save him. Aza just eating up so much damage. He's already down to 61% HP, down to 58%. Mad Cat 2B is eating shots himself, but and he just does not have the heat to stand toe to toe with it. Proto is coming in with his flea. It looks like they're going to try to nab this Mad Cat since they know he's there. I don't know if they know that the Wolfhound is there with them. Wolfhound is pulling back a little bit. It looks like he's trying to make sure nothing intercepts the Mad Cat from behind. The Warhawk and the Annihilator and the flea are now all being tied up just by the single Mad Cat. The Battlemaster Ultimate Ghost is eating shots over here on the right side with Blazer. But Blazer is actually really healthy. He's a little further back, but Ultimate Ghost is not in the best position, and he's trying to trade against two mechs at the same time. I don't think he can do it. Spheroid is now where the Mad Cat used to be. The Mad Cat is now where he used to be. They have completely swapped places. Proto finally he takes his first little bit of damage. Let's see how damaged Iza is. Iza's been halved, and his CT is a little bit weak, but I mean it's a standard engine, so he can take quite a bit more damage before he dies. How healthy is his Mad Cat looking? Mad Cat is actually quite healthy everywhere. He could totally push the Annie if he wanted to, but he's going to probably be a lot smarter than I would be. He's going to hold back. Push the Annie, goddammit. He's right there. He's right there. There he goes. Going for it. This Battlemaster he's almost done for. He's almost legged and he's orange CT. The Annihilator's still walking out in the open. I think they let the Annihilator get too far away, but the Mad Cat finishes off the Battlemaster. The Mad Cat is now diving on the Annihilator. I don't think the Annihilator is going to get out of this one alive. The Flea is diving on the Mad Cat. Spheroid is trying to trade. He should be saving that Mad Cat so that Mad Cat can do the damage. He now realizes he's now coming to save him, but Proto is already pulled away. The Warhawk Prime is going in for the dive. Blazer is still out here in the open, still relatively healthy. Not sure how he got out of that. The Mad Cat is surrounded by the Flea and the Warhawk to his side, but the Spheroid might actually be able to nab this Flea. But Proto's going to try to take this Mad Cat out if it kills him, it looks like, because he's staying in that fight a little long. Soma is repositioning to try to get shots on the Mad Cat. It looks like he held out in the open to see if the Flea could kite him, but it didn't work out. Mad Cat is taking shots at Blazer over there on the side. This, if you look at the damages, I mean, look at GNX. All their mechs are quite beat up, but so is WKL's, and they are down 2 mechs already. This might be a hard carry by this Mad Cat. Mad Cat is actually starting to look really beat up. It's obvious he still has his weapons. His CT is court out. He will not survive a shot from Soma into the CT. Looks like or to the back. Blazer Spheroid. I think he just died from a back shot to that Marauder ToC. I think that Marauder ToC cooked himself to death. Well, not to death, but cooked himself, alphaing the Wolfhound in the butt. It is now 2 versus 3. GNX. Oh, they might not. WKL might actually win this on caps, guys. WKL might win this on caps. Proto just has to get out of there.
But Proto smells blood. He's wanting to get a kill.
Oh. I can't tell. It's going to be super close, but I think Proto should risk it and just get out of dodge and see if they can if the timer favors them. Because with them only allowed to get 1 cap with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I mean, it's what, 70 every 2 minutes? Oh man, maybe they couldn't have anyways. But Proto does go down. They have the cap. Now they're just going to spread out and cap. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to make it. GG's, both teams. That was actually pretty intense. The Mad Cat flank was epic. Proto dancing in that Flea like always. Really well done. But yeah, GG's all around. Rip Spheroid eating that ERP alpha to the butt. That had to hurt.
By the way, someone in the comments says that you're paid by the amount of camera miles traveled.
I am. I gotta rack up those frequent camera miles, man.
You're one of those big flyers, are you?
Apparently. Even as you're making fun of me, I'm still doing it, and I don't know why. All right, I'm just gonna sit here. I hate you all. I should just start flicking the camera around vigorously. I'm not going to do that. I'll save your eyes. I get excited and try to get into the fight.
It's weird, but I think Proto getting the cap is possibly one thing that led to the landslide. Because the UAC Mad Cat plus the Wolfhound went up and tried to dog team the Lone Annihilator while he was getting the cap. The light was off somewhere, which he didn't know, which is oof.
Yeah.
It was just too isolated from the rest of the team and too easy to dogpile.
GG's, both teams. GNX with the win. Looking at the damages here. Blazer and the Marauder ToC. I thought he was out in Zimbabwe and didn't do much, but I mean, look at the damage. Apparently he was actually doing something that whole time. I just happened to miss it. Other than that, I mean, pretty average damage by WKL. GNX, Spheroid, rip. Rest in peace. Poor fellow. The Mad Cat 2B, I am surprised